Welcome to the Sports Lounge. Nationwide, coast to coast. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show. Man we call Sultan, the Sultan of Safeties, the all-pro defensive and the acting legend, the birthday boy, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so very much. You know, folks, still picking a nice frosted cupcake out of my teeth.
There was a surprise celebration for you when you came in today, Fred.
Well, I would like to maybe make an opening statement.
Could you do that? Okay, thanks. Yeah, because that's exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
That's
really
good.
appreciate
Tell them about the
time you've
party
allotted for me to wedge in here.
Tell about it, please.
Anyway, we've got a nice show for you. It is my birthday. Not today. Tomorrow will be my birthday, and I'm much better for it. I'd rather have one than not.
Of course.
And I'm winging my way towards optimism.
Was it a good week for you? There was a lot of stuff going on, the 4th of July and all that kind of stuff. It was a big dryer, light off some firecrackers and stuff there at the dryer estate.
No, but every time the 4th of July comes up, I look forward to it because it's my birthday, certainly, and I have great fond memories of being a young boy and having everybody celebrate my birthday. It seems like it was the thing to do to rub a blonde boy's head when he turned 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so I remember everybody rubbing my head.
So that was your birthday celebration as people rubbed your head?
It was my memory I had
of
being surrounded by a lot of relatives and a lot of people. And
that was a family tradition?
I wasn't out on the street. You know, people weren't doing that.
Nobody rubbed your head today.
People knew who I knew were around me when I was young and had my birthdays. So the point is, it was my birthday coming up, but yet we had to go through the 4th of July. And nowadays, I cringe because nothing you get on the 5th and the 6th, which is my birthday, is stories about people blowing their arms off.
Well, there's a lot of people with the firecrackers in their backyards and everything. It was more fireworks, I think, this 4th of July.
Well, anyway, it was to answer your question, it was a quiet 4th of July for me, and I'm glad to see that the streets of Los Angeles have thinned out considerably during these holidays. You know, it comes early in the week, so therefore people decide I'm taking the whole week off, so there's nobody around.
When there is a holiday weekend, especially when it's on a Tuesday, then people seem to just kind of hang out and not show up and go back to work. We came in, we did our show.
Well, they leave the previous Friday, and they take Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then they take Tuesday off, and they say, well, let's just stay down at get the bass pole out and extend it another 4 days. So then they're into the next weekend.
Plus, they may have had too many hot dogs and hamburgers. You don't do a barbecue? Did you used to, as a kid, always have big family get-together barbecues for the 4th of July?
Not so much on the 4th of July, no.
Anytime that you had big barbecues with hot dogs and hamburgers?
Not barbecues.
No?
No. You know, we did. There was a place in Hawthorne that made roasted chickens like nobody's business. You know the kind you put in the window?
The rotisserie ones. Yeah.
It was just great. You go potato salad, you go beans, you go rolls, you go pig's feet, whatever you want to do.
So your 4th of July celebration had rolls, rotisserie chicken, and pig's feet.
Yes.
Yum. I missed out on a lot with you. I wish I would have been one of your... No wonder they rubbed your head as a child.
Well, they had sticky fingers. Yeah. They had sticky fingers.
The pig's feet will get to you. Well, I didn't know that about you. Yeah. I'm going to go step out and get sick, and I'll be back in just a second. It is the one and only Fred Dreyer. It is the Lounge from CRN and Pig's Feet.
Daddy, where do babies come from?
Honey?
Mommy went to the store.
Oh, well, you see, there's a mommy and a daddy, right?
Right.
And see, when they call Geico, they could save a bunch of money on car insurance.
Oh, really? And that makes them happy?
Yes, that makes them very happy.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we could have this talk, Sunshine.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Napa know-how.
The Napa Legend battery does legendary things, like starting your car when the heat index hits $125. or making sure your AC stays running like a gazelle. And now, when you buy a Napa Legend battery, you'll get a prepaid Visa card by mail worth $15. $15 back and a new battery? That's not just legendary. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 7/31/17.
We are back in the Sports Lounge. Birthday day for Fred Dreyer, the star of our show, the acting legend, the Sultan of Safeties. 2 safeties in 1 game in the same quarter. The record's not going to be broken. And we were just reminiscing a little bit. We had some guests here from Cincinnati, and I didn't realize your father, you just said, was from Cincinnati. Is that right?
My father, his family were actually born in Covington, Kentucky.
Right.
And then they worked their way across the Ohio River up into Cincinnati, and it's where everybody settled in. And actually, my uncle was the maitre d' at the I guess the Covington Country Club.
Wow, that must have been a big deal.
I think it was the Covington Country Club. Yeah.
And so your dad worked his way up, and was he a big Cincinnati the Redlegs? Probably the Redlegs back then.
Well, it was the Redlegs, but I think he was mostly Indy 500 guy.
Really?
Yeah, he and his buddies used to jump in the jalopy and drive over to Indianapolis.
And that was the big. And
Yeah,
you, as a
they
kid, liked the jalopies too. You hanging out watching the. So your dad, that was his big sport, was Indy 500 stuff, huh?
Yeah, he liked that. Well, he liked football and baseball too. But I mean, from what I remember, he mostly was. He made the biggest effort as a young kid towards auto racing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And as a young kid, you used to hang out with our buddy Don, Prudhomme. You would hang out and watch the funny cars and stuff like that too. Did you have the same kind of interest as a kid? Did he instill that in you?
Well, I don't know if he did or not, but I mean, you pick it up in Southern California, don't you? I mean,
not as much.
It's all
as
drag straight. It's all drag racing
Yeah.
in Southern California.
Well, on the main streets, we're talking about professionals. I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, we got around like most kids in most cities to get cars when they're 15, 16. They just race the hell out of them.
You used to hang
That's
out,
what we
and
did.
that's how you met Prudhomme, wasn't it? That you were like hanging out, and he saw you hanging around the cars or something.
No, I met him through Tom McEwen.
Tom McEwen. There you go. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
And so we got to know everybody. Everybody was very nice. They would invite you to come to the races in the old Lions drag strip in Long Beach, which is gone now, like most of the strips are. But we would go there and we'd hang out, and they were very it was like a garage mechanic. If you were walking down the street and you'd see a guy with a hot rod in his car, you thought nothing of walking onto his property and ask him about it and stuff. Those drag guys they were basically just glorified grease monkeys.
You do that now, somebody's probably get shot. But times have changed.
But the people were, and still for the most part, I think from what I can remember, were always very kind to people who were interested in what they were doing.
Little memories, and we've researched this for you. Our crack team here of Tyler put together a little tribute to you on your birthday, because I don't know if you know this or not, but there are some legends that share your birthday on the 6th of July.
And should I know that?
Well, James Lofton.
Is this a quiz?
James Lofton played for the Bills, the Packers, and the Raiders. He was a wide receiver, so Jimmy Lofton there. How about this? Tim Worrell, who played with the Padres, was a great pitcher. Not Todd, Tim Worrell, and probably the big legend, Richard Goose Gossage, a pitcher with the Yankees and the Padres and the Astros. And that's some of the guys that are sharing your birthday.
That's it?
That's what we came up with. Those three.
That's
and
the
you,
research that was done?
4 famous people.
That was the research that was done?
4 people.
4 people?
On the 6th of July. Most of them have birthdays on the 4th. But
I go through the cemetery over here and pick out a dozen real quick.
It's good, huh? But those are some of the big celebs that we had. And there's probably more. I'm sure our listeners can go ahead and email you.
You've missed the big ones.
Did I really?
President Bush.
Really? Well, we were looking sports. Wait a minute. We were looking. Is this the first Bush Senior?
Yeah, 4 people. 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 4 people George W. Bush.
George W. Bush.
Same day.
But H.W. played baseball. George W.
George
He just watched it and drank.
played at Yale in 1880.
Yeah, he did. It was a while back with Vin Scully. He played against Vin Scully on a
the
team.
first baseman. Yeah.
But anyway, so George W. Bush. Who else on
W.
your birthday?
Bush.
And who else? Come on.
Same day, same month, same year.
Loves auto racing. Who else?
Exactly.
Yeah, who else?
And Sylvester Stallone.
Oh. Sylvester Stallone.
Exactly.
Thank you. I didn't know he was in the studio.
Gosh.
Shout out to you from Sylvester Stallone.
That was a birthday gift.
You
Thanks. And there's many more.
Care to name any others?
No, I'm not going to.
So we got
I
these
make it.
three.
I go out of my way
Year
to
two is
make a
5
list.
people.
We should have a reading of all the people who have a.
Well, that's what we were going to
who
do. That
have
was
a
our
birthday
original
on
idea.
my birthday.
I told Tally, I said, that's a good idea, but probably not. Fred wouldn't like that. The whole show reading birthdays is not good. Like I say, a lot in the news. Let's talk about some stuff. You got All-Star game coming up. You got this reality show. You're a big basketball fan, and, it gets kind of dull in the basketball off season, and there's LeVar Ball and his family are going to want you to watch this. They're reporting that they've agreed to star in a docu-series produced on Facebook. And, Lorenzo Ball was selected by the Lakers, number 2. Do you like that pick, by the way?
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Is that going to be a good one? And so he and his younger brothers have committed to play with UCLA, and so they're going to put together this reality show. What do you think about that?
I don't think anything about it.
You don't?
No.
Would you have done that? I mean, when you were starting out in and coming up the ranks in football, there was no such thing as a reality show. You were kind of like left to do your own thing. Does this affect a guy's brain before he even starts really playing professionally?
I can't answer those
cameras?
questions. It's a subject matter.
I think it would.
That is completely empty to me.
Look at that Rams reality show they had, and they start showing it, and the coach gets fired.
Which one was
the
that?
one that they had out there where they had the coach Jeff what's-his-face got fired, and he's crying to his people that he left the team and everything. And
Did they have him on camera crying?
Yeah, well, he was sort of upset he got fired, and the cameras
fire
were
him
rolling.
on camera?
He announced it on camera.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. It's a different sort of reality world
I
now.
think that was a setup. I mean, they knew that was going to happen.
Well, maybe a little bit, but he announced it to his coaches.
Wait a minute, just say,
I don't think the coaches
any
knew.
owner, any owner that says, "Hey, listen, I got a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to fire my coach. So let's just wait until we roll camera and so we can get it live."
Well, they fired him, and then he came in and announced it to the other coaches.
No wonder the team loses.
And one of the coaches came up and shook his hand and everything because they're probably all going to get their dumped in as well.
But I don't care about LeVar Ball.
You don't?
No, I don't. No,
Okay.
no.
All right. What else is going on?
But I've just noticed here that here it is right here. International Olympic Committee. The Bid Evaluation Commission issued its report Monday saying Los Angeles is embracing the IOC's agenda
It's good.
of non-corruption, transparency, and governance and low cost. The idea is they're trying to bring, the 2028 games, or 2024 games, whatever they choose to select. To bring the Olympics back to Los Angeles because it was such a big deal in '84. And my question is, will OJ be out of jail in time to carry the torch? That's my question.
That's your question?
That's my question.
So that's it?
That's it. That's my question.
All
Will
right.
OJ be available? And I believe if he is, that's the tipping point.
He will carry the torch.
He will. They'll give LA the Olympics.
Wow.
Yeah.
might-
OJ is about 330 now. He weighs about 330, and he'll look good going up the steps with a torch in his hand if he doesn't stumble.
Up the Coliseum. That's a tough thing as you get older, go up those steps
Oh,
like Rayford
yeah.
Johnson did it perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a big deal.
He's 330. Been eating a lot of cookies in jail.
Wow. It's good. You got some cookies for your birthday. I think I'll have a couple. Hey, Fred Dreyer and I are really enjoying Blue Apron. Blue Apron, the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. They deliver the food. They give you the recipes. Everything is fresh. It's sourced fresh. It's all great, wonderful cooking. You go out and spend $30 or more going to dinner, $10 a person, and you dine with your family. Go and make the meals together. It's affordable, as I said, about $10 a person per meal. It's got variety. You can customize recipe. It's easy. It's guaranteed. And here's the special deal. You can get your first 3 meals free with free shipping if you go to their website. That's blueapron.com/dryer, D-R-Y-E-R. Again, your first 3 meals free. You get free shipping. Just go to blueapron.com/dryer, D-R-Y-E-R. You love the way it's how good it is. It feels good. It tastes good. It's blueapron.com/dryer, D-R-Y-E-R. Blueapron.com/dryer. Check it out today.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you need to know there is money available to you that can lower your Medicare prescription costs. How much can you save? Find out now by making a free call to Health Markets. They'll search from a variety of nationally recognized plans to find you the right coverage at a price that fits your budget. And they'll do all this valuable research for you at no charge to you. And remember, you may be able to save money on your prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify. Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy? Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge. Call Health Markets right now.
800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. That's 800-990-0351.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is the DBA of InSphere Insurance Solutions, Inc., licensed in all 50 states and D.C. Service and product availability varies by state. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal, marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for 2. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294. We are back in the lounge. CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn with the star of our program, the Sultan of Safeties, 2-1 game in the same quarter. The guy from Hunter, guy from Crisis last season. He was on TNT with Sharon Stone. Agent X. Got some stuff coming up. We'll talk about that soon. Been working a lot on doing his writing, as he mentioned last week. The one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
I hope everyone is well today. I'm looking forward to a great a weekend. I'm looking forward to spending time with you folks out there and going over, I think, the All-Star game. All the lineups are being made. It's not quite official. I think later on this week they'll solidify everybody who's on there. Excuse me. And we'll see what happens. I look, and every year I notice that the lineups for each team, the American League and National League, I have no idea who these people are.
Well, they all change, but it's voted by the fans. But here's the thing: I think the fans should have a piece of this deal.
No,
but
I think they shouldn't have any of it.
Yeah, but I think it should be like coaches and stuff, because last year the Cub fans voted their entire team in on this.
Well, here's the deal. I mentioned this to a friend of mine who was a professional athlete. And I asked him, I said, would you negotiate in your contract a bonus if you were elected to the All-Star game, knowing that the outcome is generated by ballot stuffing?
Right.
He said, absolutely not. And there's no way that you can honestly say that this lineup of people, although they're all good players, is a honest adjudication of the talent in both leagues that is done by the people who know, which are the players and the managers. The baseball people should be voting on who is in the All-Star game, not a bunch of dizzy fans who stuff the ballots. And you can't tell me you've got they make
I
this.
agree with
they
you.
make this embarrassing statement here the other day at Dodger Stadium, and they just embarrassed Justin Turner. I think anyway. At least he should have been embarrassed. Let's get out there and stuff the ballots so he can get on the team. And that's exactly what they did, and they brought him up. Well, what do you think? Should we encourage the fans to go out and stuff the ballots? Yeah, okay, I really appreciate it if you would. It was terrible.
Hold on a second. I'm just finishing voting for Justin Turner here.
I've got 65 votes to pull
You can
tonight.
vote like a billion times.
No, you can anytime if you
Yeah.
go on the internet, you can vote as
Constantly.
long as you're awake.
True. Even if you're asleep, if you got some kind of when the first ballot went around, you had 30 votes a day that you could stuff.
Yeah,
now on
35.
this, they come back and have to,
35.
hey, we are going to let you vote one more time for some people that maybe should be on there. And there's 5 in the American League and 5 in the National. And now you can vote. And so I voted, and I went up to 10, and I thought, well, this is crazy. I think you can't vote anymore. And I went up to 30, and I got up to 100. And I was getting tired. I had to take a little meal break and go to the men's room for a while. And I came back and kept on voting. You could literally vote 10,000
Put
times.
you on IV and just sit there 24/7 between now and Thursday night at 1:00 in the morning, wherever the hell it is.
That's it.
And feel good that your guy got in.
See, I would sign that clause in my contract, and then I'd hire some people to say, hey, you got $50 for it if you can stand in that corner and vote for me for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, but you can't do that. I mean, you can't do it.
I would.
Well, of course you would.
Yes.
It's
a bonus.
The point that I'm making is that it's immoral.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And it's stupid, and I don't care about the game. And did you know this? I did not know this. Not that I should. Maybe I should. They dropped. I think it was last year. They dropped the demand that this game is home court advantage for the World Series.
Yeah, that's this season is going to be the first year.
So
they
that's
do that.
it.
And that's fabulous because
That
it's
is
stupid
fabulous.
to play all year long and then have some stupid all-star games say, I got the best record in baseball. I won 105 games. Well, you're the visiting team. Because
Well, it's like a Venezuelan election system.
It's all wussied down baseball rules. We've been talking about this, and that's one of the worst ones, that neighborhood play at second base, not being able to slide into home, and this stupid thing where the winning team, either the National or American, that team got to be in home field advantage.
Well, this whole thing to me has started and it's stopped. If they don't take the fans out of this and put it back to where it should go, then there's no legitimacy to it. I think it's a joke as it is. I mean, I got in by I won the starting shortstop position by 600,000 votes. I mean, that's what they're talking about
That's
now.
there.
He only needs 1 million more votes. Get out there and stuff the ballot, you idiots.
I'm going to go vote here for a few minutes. We'll be right back.
This is the Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. I'm not sure we needed another Spider-Man movie, but we got one regardless. Spider-Man Homecoming opens July 7th. Tom Holland takes on the iconic role this time around and says we are still in for a few surprises.
You really haven't seen anything yet. The big twists are still to come. My whole family watched it the other day, and my family are not superhero fans. They're my toughest critics, and amazing for me to see them enjoy it, which was fun.
For reviews, interviews, and more, go to mungleshow.com or follow me on Twitter @themungle.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Kaanapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Kaanapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit KaanapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
Credit cards are sure fun to use, perhaps a little addicting, and they kind of make you feel rich. Well, if you're like most Americans, you've got over 5 maxed out credit cards in your pocket right now, and you can barely make the minimum payments, right? I'd like to personally recommend a company called DebtHelper.com. DebtHelper.com is a licensed and insured nonprofit debt management agency. They can help cut your interest rates by as much as 50% and lower your monthly payments, saving you thousands of dollars in finance charges on your credit card bills. DebtHelper.com does not lend money. Debt Helper's program could have you paying off your credit card debt in full in a 3 to 5 year period. Call DebtHelper.com right now for your free confidential consultation today. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. Credit Card Management Services, Inc. DBA DebtHelper.com. 3225 North Congress Avenue, number 201, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33401. Down payment of debt may be creditors to increase finance and other charges or undertake collection activity, including litigation.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's to see the memorabilia of movie stars and theatrical magic right in downtown Fullerton, California. See the art of the masters, an Italian town square complete with storefronts of old Italian butchers and cheesemongers, fruit and wine vendors, seamstresses showing their wares, fairy lights from cathedral ceilings, and our ancestors smiling down at you from the family love altar. The romance of Romeo and Juliet, and find the mystical Room of the Moon. And don't forget King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, and who knows what awaits you in the wine cellar. Enjoy the great food. We hand stuff our pastas, roll each and every tortellini, bake our own bread, make our own sauces fresh from our private stock of Sicilian family recipes. From pasta to seafood, chicken to award-winning pizzas, tiramisu flown in from Rome. If you can't find something on our menu to tempt you, you don't like Italian food. Try our Sunday brunch, just $18.95, and Angelo's and Vinci's has been named 2 years in a row Best Italian Restaurant in Orange County. Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurant at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022.
This is Bill's yard, and Bill's a grill master, not a grass expert. Still, no weeds belong in this backyard barbecue kingdom. And with Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, Bill's greasy thumb is just as good as a green thumb. Because Scott's thickens lawns to help crowd out over 50 pesky weeds. So Bill can defeat invaders, green up his lawn, and hold his spatula high. This is a Scott's yard. Pick up Scott's Weed and Feed today.
We are back in the lounge. Sports Lounge here from CRN. Michael Horn, the one and only Fred Dreyer.
Thank you.
Talking about the All-Star game here. And back in the day, we had mentioned during the break, it was the pride of winning the game. When Pete Rose and those guys were playing it, the National League wanted to beat the American League. It was a contest that you rooted for the whole league, and Pete was going to be next to, Steve Garvey, and they're all going to be buddies and winning a game together.
Well, look, we all remember, maybe we don't, but we all remember that the All-Star game, the baseball All-Star game, was looked forward to and relished by crazy baseball fans on the American League and the National League, because it was a precursor to what everybody was looking forward to: is can the National League, can the Reds beat the Yankees this year in the World Series? And so they're going to watch the All-Star game, and they're going to realize that this game represents a foreshadowing of that World Series event. And so therefore it only works if you don't have interleague play. In the 70s, yep, baseball was dying. Pro football, I know, I was playing it during that decade. It was taking over everything. It dominated all of the ratings and all the advertising dollars, and baseball was done. So what they decided to do is they said, well, we're going to talk about interleague play, but here's what we're going to do. We're going let the fans vote on the All-Star game, more participation, and they watered it down, and they destroyed the fine fabric, the membrane of that sport. And now the All-Star game means nothing. You've got the raping of a moral fiber in the sport, and that is rewarding people for their excellence. And that decisions are made by the players themselves and the managers.
Yeah.
That's where it should be. The fans should be outside buying tickets. If you want. If you don't, that's fine too. And they should get rid of interleague play so the World Series has some sort of a magnetism to it.
It's true. Yeah, you get a guy play the Dodgers, play the Yankees or whatever, then all of a sudden they show up in the World Series like, well, just like another regular season game. And it used to mean something to get there. And so
by the way, forgive me. The other thing is, this. You asked me about what I did over the holiday.
Yeah, 4th of July.
4th of July.
Yeah.
I watch baseball games. I've never seen such a salacious attempt at advertising, at getting these uniforms. No team other than the Dodgers, maybe the Red Sox, not even them. The Yankees. They don't wear jerseys, colored tops in games. They wear their whites at home and the grays on the road. It's a tradition. And they've destroyed that aspect of the sport too, where they've got all these different. They got guys with the stirrups, no stirrups, stripes, some stripes. And the Dodgers have put together a hat that had a white bill on it and a red dot on top, and then they had a big D on the front. And this marketing commercialization has destroyed everything. No team. You can't. You see these the Angels used to have great home uniforms,
right?
With the vests and the red sleeves, and now they've got this red this tank top or this red.
I like the
jersey.
Padre camouflage outfit. That's pretty good.
It's
you go hunting in that one.
It's terrible.
You go hunting until the guy spots number 12 is hiding over there.
Well, anyway, I'm pissed off about it. So
I know. Well, you played the game and you are upset about even the football uniforms.
Well, I'm upset for it because I hear
uniforms.
fans. I'm not the only one. I hear fans talk about it and they're upset about it.
I saw them come up and talk to you about it.
There's no voice about it. Yeah, and there's no voice, for people like that. They don't listen to anybody.
But see, they can sell that All-Star or the 4th of July uniform now can be online. They can make a lot of money. Say, I want one of those Dodger 4th of July uniforms.
That special commemorative hat. The Dodgers wore it every Tuesday of the first Tuesday of every March. They wore it, and we want to get. So they butcher every aspect of the sport.
Did you like the socks, the red and white socks?
No, I didn't like
that. Was on one leg.
No, that's not. And,
I usually
by
mix
the
up
way,
my socks.
They
anyway.
have every team has a fireworks show.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you something. I've seen every fireworks show.
I
wasn't there in Hiroshima. I wasn't there. I wasn't born quite yet.
Yeah.
But if I was born, I'd have been there. But I can't tell you enough how tired I am of these fireworks shows.
Well, they got the professional ones, but everybody's doing it in their backyard now.
No, it doesn't make any difference.
People are doing their yards at the
People
same time.
standing there. Look, I know they do it for kids, primarily for children.
Yes.
Okay, I got that. Okay, well, I'll accept that. But it's just too much now. It's stop it. Just give us baseball. Don't make it's Friday night fireworks after every Dodger win. And if they don't win, we're going to cut it back a half hour, so you can get on the freeway.
Well, they do fireworks when they hit homers sometimes, They send fireworks in some of the stadiums.
What's that?
They have rockets that go off when people hit home runs.
Yeah, and people ooh and ah. It's like they've never seen it. They've never been out to dinner before. They've been so busy. Going to a Denny's or fast food restaurant that when they do actually get to go out to a nice restaurant, they're paralyzed.
Let's get your thoughts about it. Follow Fred on Twitter, Fred_Dryer, DRYER. Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. And don't forget, we have our email segment. You can send Fred an email, Fred Dryer, DRYER, @CRNtalk.com, Fred Dryer @CRNtalk.com. www.thebullseye.com. You can answer those questions on the air. All right, so that's covered a lot there. Some of these players, I guess the fans have gotten a little confused because they got Don Zimmer from the Nationals playing at first base. Looks like Dale Murphy playing second base. There's a few changes here.
Gil Hodges.
Gil Hodges. There, some of the papers. It's amazing there, And so, anyway, I think you can still vote. No, maybe not if you're on the weekend. They'll announce those winners for you. The All-Star game coming up Tuesday. We'll check that out, and you can see what's going on there. Are you going to root for the? After all that said, the
I'm not
American
rooting for
League
anybody.
or the National
I'm not
League?
rooting for anybody. I'm just going to watch the game and see what happens, and because we have to monitor these things here at the Sports Lounge, and we'll find out what the heck's going on.
All right, but at least we don't have to worry about whoever wins deciding who's going to have home field advantage in the World Series. That's very good.
Nothing grows like weeds, except maybe weeds. And nothing kills them quite like Roundup Weed and Grass Killer from the Home Depot. Right now, the 1 gallon ready-to-use size is a special buy at just $8.97. Roundup kills fast. At the root, you can see results in just 3 hours. They may grow like weeds, but you can stop them even faster. Roundup Weed and Grass Killer, 1 gallon ready to use, now just $8.97, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 5th.
Staples knows that when the leave-behinds for your sales call get left behind at your office, it's time. When you need to print 30 pages and you're 300 miles from the office, it's time. And when the intern packed the Harrington file, not the Farrington file.
Oh, my bad.
It's definitely time. And it's times like these when you can count on Staples. Access your files from email, the cloud, or USB, and then print, copy, fax, or scan them, and get back to business fast. Visit your nearby Staples. It's pro time.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
We're back. It's the lounge. Birthday day for Fred Dreyer.
It's so trying. As you get older, it's just so trying.
Birthdays are just
just getting older.
Well, here's the thing. I've watched you when you were at the All Access for the Rams, and people were coming up and asking you to sign things. Oh, do you mind doing this? And you were signing shirts, and you were signing everything, and it was 100 degrees outside, 98 or whatever, on the floor of the Coliseum, and you signed all of them. Here's a story about this guy, Dak Prescott, the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He's been accused of using a machine to sign his autograph for memorabilia companies, selling to collectors instead of signing them himself. Now, if a guy's going to pay money for your autograph, shouldn't you be the guy to sign it? I mean, has it gotten that political? I got a story. I worked one time for a senator. A guy was running for Senate in California, and I'm sitting in the office. We were supposed to feed out his news feeds to some of the media. And there was a stack of pictures here, and they said, "Hey, here's the senator, his $1,000 donors. Hey, Bill, will you sign these for him?" He wasn't even signing these things, and people were giving him $1,000. And I thought, I ain't voting for this guy.
Well.
So I'm just wondering what you think about this, sports guys. I mean, part of your deal is to sign an autograph.
But if you have to ask the question, what do I think about somebody cheating? I mean, if you're asking me to reason, that's not even worthy of having a conversation about. Anybody that does that, Dak Prescott is the star quarterback. He is the face of the franchise. And he does this?
Yeah.
Where's Jerry if this is true, I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, he's been accused.
Where's Jerry Jones? Where is Jerry Jones, who stands up? Why doesn't he go onto social media, bring Dak Prescott over next to him and say, is this true? Yes or no? If it is, see ya. I mean, somebody in the sport, somebody in the culture, please do something that would remind me that somebody's paying attention. A parent, a boss, a coach, a father, a mother, a brother, somebody that takes a look at this behavior and says, that's it. I don't care who you are. That represents me. I don't do that. You're done. Sit your ass over there and I'll let you know if I want to talk to you. And it's like tolerating Colin Kaepernick. Here it is again. Colin Kaepernick. Many in the league think that Colin's been blackballed. No, they don't. Not when a guy shows up and kneels and his behavior insults his boss. Where can you, as a worker, a paid worker, to do a specific job, show up and do that and have people say, yeah, he has a right to do that? No, he doesn't. Not on my time. I'm paying him to play quarterback. And shut up and get in line and lead the team. What he's doing there goes completely opposite of what I want him to do. If you want to do that, go outside in the parking lot and talk to the people coming out of the game. But don't sit here and say to me, I'm being blackballed because I'm taking no, you're an idiot. The reason that you're not in the league is because you're stupid. Did you know that he had 1 year at $15 million left on his contract?
He walked away.
He purposely walked away. And now he's saying, he's claiming, well, they won't have me come back. Well, yeah, because you're stupid.
End of story. I hear crickets. I think that's...
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick hears crickets. He's stupid. How can you actually go in front of people and say, I'm being blackballed?
Or nothing. 15 mil, nothing.
No, here's
I'll
another
take
thing.
Nothing.
Dak Prescott, and all these guys, who are accepting money from the league. Believe me,
the team owners,
I love people getting paid. Believe me, we all got paid at some point in time in life. But, when you have this amount of money, when I tell you for 9 months, 6 months out of the year, you got to be available to a team to put a uniform on and go down and play football, and they're going to give you $22.5 million to do that, and you behave like that, shame on you. You should never be allowed to have another opportunity.
I agree with you. Make the most out of your opportunities and have the pride of the team. That's what's missing from the All-Star game winning in baseball. That's what's happening with Colin Kaepernick. There's no pride in being a member of a team, of a franchise, and standing for what that franchise represents. And that's gone. It's gone from our society.
You've got 19-year-old head coaches. You've got guys who are 24, 26, 28 years old being head coaches. What do they know about that job? That job, if you're 18 years of age, they give you a rifle and they stick your ass out there and you got to fight for your country. Well, that's pretty good stuff.
You learn quickly.
So when someone says, I'm going to hire a coach, because he got me coffee. You know how most of these guys got into the National Football League? They were hired by veteran coaches and front office people. And they said, look, I want to get into pro football. I want to be a coach. I want to be an owner. I want to get in there. Can you help me out? Yeah, okay. So you're going to work for free, getting these coaches at 4 a.m, cigarettes and coffee. I'll do it. And they all did that, and they worked themselves up. I'll give you a list of people here one of these days. Of people who, George Allen's son. Bruce Allen. He'll tell you. We should get him on, by the way. We should get him on during football season, and Bruce will lay it out for you. But the point is that Allen, George Allen's son, and they'll tell you exactly where all of these geniuses come from. And they all start by running after coffee and donuts for these alcoholic coaches who are chain smokers.
Really? You think you learn right here on the Lounge of Sports?
Well, you do learn a lot of stuff on this show.
You do learn a lot of this. It's good. All right, talk to Fred. Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dryer. That's his Twitter handle, Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. Email him, FredDryer@CRNTalk.com.
you experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. And if there's one thing about Columbo's, it's their tradition of giving back to the community. This year, Columbo's is asking you to help the Los Robles Medical Center. They send teams of doctors, clinicians, and support staff down to Honduras. And when it comes to health, Honduras is below third world country status. It's that bad. Any contribution for the purchase of medication and supplies for the unfortunate in Honduras is needed right now. The Los Robles Medical Mountain Team leaves for Honduras in August, so your contributions are needed now. Please help and make a difference. Go to friendsofbarnabas.com, friendsofbarnabas.com. Then scroll down to the donate button and designate the funds to Los Robles 2017. And thank you.
Take a look inside your personal mirror. Are you living your most amazing life possible? Are you feeling stuck, miserable, or unsure? You don't have to settle. Nothing is more important than your life. It's yours. You only have one, and you deserve to make the most of it. Help is just a phone call away. You now have your own personal, psychic, intuitive life coach. Got a question on your financial situation, your job, having a love or relationship issue you need help with? Do you want to explore your destiny and life path? Our gifted, intuitive, psychic coaches can identify root issues, access your key problems, and formulate a plan to help you move confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live an amazing life. Now, everyone needs someone to talk to. Call the Psychic Life Helpline today. 800-659-1091. 800-659-1091. 800-659-1091. That's 800-659-1091.
Hot birthday show. It's the Sports Lounge. Michael Horn, the one and only Sultan, acting legend Fred Dreyer, pouring it on here. And some fun news, I guess. If you're a Dodger fan, you're going to love this. Cody Bellinger is named Rookie of the Month for June. Kenley Jansen named Reliever of the Month. And apparently Cody Bellinger going to compete in the Home Run Derby.
His dad's going to pitch.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. As bad as I think the Home Run Derby, and Tyler Roop, our producer, agrees with me, destroys these guys' brains because they can just they get their swing all screwed up.
I don't know if that's true.
Tyler was on the field. He watches these guys. He watches the race. Says, hey, you're pulling your head back or whatever, something. I think Puig. It happened to Puig. I think it happened to center field guy that we got there. I think he. Peterson, he went ahead and he went down, and now poor Cody Bellinger is going to go there and become a 193 hitter after his dad pitches to him.
You know, if you can't, as a professional hitter, if you're doing what Cody Bellinger's doing,
yes,
there's no reason to think you can't handle your dad throwing you softballs and hitting them into the left field stands. If you think for a minute that's going to screw up every bit of beautiful talent that you've seen this guy unfold for the last 4 months, there's something wrong with you.
It did to Yasiel Puig.
He's an idiot. He's still swinging at pitches 3 feet. Now, I measured it last night on my TV because I have an automatic television measuring stick.
I know. I helped you carry that thing up the stairs and take your old Sony Trinitron.
I saw that.
And actually move it to.
No, you know how big that TV was? That was a day's work.
Not only was your TV one of those big projection models in the living room, but your room you had upstairs with a Sony Trinitron. I think it said engineered in 1971.
No,
still worked though.
That was a 19. I'll tell you when that Sony Trinitron. That was I think 92, 94. Somewhere's right around there.
How about that Zenith black and white you had in the garage? The most trusted
the
name
Hoffman,
in electronics.
The Hoffman.
The Hoffman. The Hoffman Easy Vision.
Mahogany cabinet.
Oh, that's what we had. Cherrywood. We had Cherrywood.
Yeah, that was
my
also
dad
good.
wanted to keep that cabinet and make a bar out of it. We said, "You're crazy, Dad. Get rid of it." Now I'm thinking the guy was a genius. That's what we should have done. Save that Cherrywood.
No, the Cherrywood was too red. The mahogany was just dark enough.
Oh, I like the Cherrywood. I'm sorry.
Well, if you have red furniture, go ahead.
Anyway, so you were measuring like Yasiel.
So he swung at a pitch. It was 3 feet outside into the left-handed batter's box.
But they've been saying he's better though this year. He's gotten so much better.
No. I'll tell you what though, he plays great defense.
Yeah.
He's calmed down.
More walks.
He's calmed down. He's stopped hitting himself with the baseball bat when he's in the batter's box. And he's from what I gather, he's a good teammate, which is all I care about. And he's a guy that could get you coffee, and then in 25 years be a manager somewhere.
But I didn't like that
in
thing.
Venezuela.
Was that kind of just a bad habit of hitting yourself with the baseball bat?
Who knows? It's some sort of psychotic, playing out, acting out.
Not seen many baseball legends actually hit themselves with a baseball bat.
Well, he taps himself.
Pitches.
Yeah, he did wake himself up. Pay attention, deltoids. Pay attention, triceps.
He's been getting more walks this year. He's an improved player.
No, he is absolutely an improved player, but he still strikes out by swinging at balls 3 feet outside the home plate. Sure he does. He's got 16 home runs already.
I know, that's very good.
So he'll hit 25 anyway.
Right.
Don't you think?
I think he will. I think that.
What's this music? What's happening?
This means we got it going up to the break here. I got to remind everybody they can follow you on Twitter, and Fred is very active. They're going to start tweeting during this show. Twitter and Fred Dryer, Fred_Dryer. That's his Twitter handle. Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. And don't forget to email Fred with all your comments. FredDryer@crntalk.com.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. Of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. But if cutting-edge technology is more your style, you'll be happy to know that CRN is now available on Wi-Fi radio. Simply log on to Reciva.com, that's RECIVA.com, and look for CRN. You can access all of our great shows and listen live anywhere in the world. Be part of your favorite shows and get the full CRN listening experience you would have with any traditional radio, podcast, or a live stream from our website. For more information on where or how to listen, and for a full list of our programming, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channel